Hey guys, welcome back. Just a quick update on the bike, on the build. Quick update on a couple questions that have come up. This has always been kind of a, DIY build, upgrade, budget focused channel, and been getting a lot of questions on, whether or not you should buy this bike and if it's, worth it because I'm upgrading. Basically, would it have been better to just buy a better bike? And I think that question can be answered in many ways, right? I think that for the everyday guy who's just looking to get a bike and get out and go, $248 is a great entry price point to where you're not investing heavily up front. And if it turns out that you don't like it, you don't want to do it anymore, you're only at $250. And, yeah, you can buy a better bike. You can buy a Poseidon for $7 something. And you're getting a better bike. Yeah, probably. But, that's a big investment. $700 is a lot for somebody, especially if you're on a budget. Times are tough right now. You can buy this bike at Walmart today, $248 plus tax, $260 some out the door, and ride it right then and there. Obviously, you want to be cautious and put some thought into making sure everything's tightened and not loose. And the assembly sometimes can be a little shoddy from Walmart. But for me, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy building these bikes up, kind of seeing what their potential is. And with that, yeah, it's probably better to just buy a different bike. But for me, I had some parts lying around. One of the biggest expenses that you're going to run into is probably upgrading the wheels. Minimum 200, 250 or so. So that puts you at approximately 500. And then you start doing forks, 600, 700, crankset, 750, 800, headset, 850, stem, almost $900 you could put towards everything that I've put into it. However, like I said, I had some stuff on hand. But if you're smart about it, you could get this bike, upgrade the touch points and a few things, and you can have yourself a decent gravel bike, a drop bar bike for around $450, $500 with some sensible upgrades. Now, I went a little bit crazy on this, and you can already tell I got a carbon fork on here. That is a tapered head tube with the adapted cup here, the Risk lower headset cup. So it takes a tapered fork now. That's a fully carbon fork. This is a buckless, and it actually says Tusik. I don't know, gravel 700 by 45, so you're gonna fit about a 45 millimeter tire in there. Did the crankset, didn't really save much weight. It's just kind of more of an aesthetic look. So you got the branded Shimano. It looks a little bit better. That one that came on there was pretty budget, pretty cheap. I did the wheels because I wanted cassette support, so in the future, if I do decide to do one by, I have the Microshift, either the Sword or the Advent X that we can throw on here. External bottom bracket, kept the same chain. The Tourney is great, and having a 2x is really nice. You get a little bit more top end speed out of this than you would get with a 1x. So I prefer a 1x on a mountain bike or a trail bike, but here it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially for me. I'm gonna be riding this on the pavement 95, 99% of the time, just to get out when the trails are down. Like this weekend, it's been pretty wet, so it would have been a great opportunity to pick up some miles on the road. But yeah, I mean, all in all, the bike as is perfectly fine. Now, what anybody does with their money is up to them, right? I think that if I want to throw $1,000 worth of parts on here, that's going to be my choice. Probably not the best choice, and probably isn't a good use case for you guys. But if you want to, I'm not here to judge you. I don't care. Do what you want. But could you get a good bike for $900? I don't know, maybe. If you go walk into a truck shop and look at the Demanes, I think the lowest level that they have is like 1100. Those are considered entry level. There's a Schwinn drop bar gravel bike at Dick's, at my local Dick's, and it's been there for months. And it's too expensive. It's like $700, and it's basically this bike slightly less than what you get from the store. You know, in this stock form, the Ozark Trail blows that bike at Dick's out of the water. I don't know what that bike's called, but I noticed that it was there a few months ago. I think it was there last season. It's still there this today. It hasn't sold. It's too expensive. Yeah, so do with this as you will. Just a quick bike check. It's Sunday evening. I'm not going to get to riding this weekend. It's way too busy. But I did give it a quick test. Everything's holding up. Feels really good. The bike is lighter, obviously. This fork is about, I don't know, a quarter of the weight. So the bike is probably sitting right around 24 pounds. Not terrible, but still pretty long way from, 15, 18 pound bike. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.